Delma Martinez Dominguez. I'm the Community Development Director for the City of Lawrence. It's a department that really looks to improve the physical environment and improve the quality of life for our city. And so the CDBG program is one of those ways that we do that. Thank you so very much for submitting your applications for public service under that category of CDBG. Really to look into improve access for social and emotional support and supportive services for our families. I would love to thank our Community Development Advisory Board for their service. And here tonight, we have actually, State Representative Frank Moran, who's been doing this for a bit, right? You said 10 years? So he's very experienced. Thank you, Frank, for your support. Elizabeth Lavasta is a brand new member for us. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Former State Rep Marcos Devers, who's a great community activist, has been around for a while, so it's a pleasure to have you on our board. Welcome. Thank you, Jani. Yes, thank you. You've also been in the board for a bit, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Marta Rentas. I think that a lot of people know Marta. She's a community activist. 3 years? Nice. And last but not least, Nancy Corrigan. Thank you very much. We'll be listening to your presentations tonight. But before I turn it over, I just wanted to introduce staff, because our staff from our office is here today. Before I do that, I just wanted to do just some housekeeping sort of announcements. Number one, restrooms. Restrooms are located as you walk out, you take a left through the double doors and then take a right. There's a couple down the hall. Cell phones. I know we're connected to technology, but we ask please put your cell phones on vibrate or turn them off if that's possible. It can be very distracting at times. Also respectful of all presenters. So I know that it takes a lot. You've taken a lot of time to put together your applications, and it led you to this point. And so it's really 3 minutes that each organization has to present. Let's really pay attention. And then if you need to speak to someone, side conversations, anything like that, just let's keep an eye on that. Let's walk outside if you need to talk on your phone or to someone else. And without further ado, I would love to introduce our team. I'm gonna introduce you last because you're gonna be doing a lot of information. Sue Fig is gonna be providing a lot of information anyways. We have Marisol Colon, who's a project officer, who's at the door taking your names and registrations. She really is the person that if you have any questions about this project, she's been doing this for a while, she'll be happy to assist. We also have Kate King, who's our finance officer. She's right here, part of the team. And then Susan Fink, who was acting director for the last year, but she's been with the city 20-something years? Almost 25. So Sue really, 25. So Sue will provide instructions for tonight, and Kate will keep time. And so I wish you all good luck, and let's get started.
Thanks, Vilma. As Vilma said, I'm just going to give you some brief instructions. When I announce your organization, please come up to the podium here. Once you start speaking, that's the beginning of your 3 minutes. Kate will be timing at that point. When you hear the bell ring, that means your 3 minutes is up. After that presentation, the advisory board has the option to ask you questions. They could ask 1 question, they could ask 25 questions, they could ask no questions. If they don't ask any questions, don't take that as a reflection on your presentation or your application. It's no reflection either way, good or bad. Our first applicant did ask if they could be placed later in the program, so we're going to actually be starting with applicant number 2. And so that brings up the Boys and Girls Club of Lawrence.
Good evening. I'm Carrie Wursma. I'm the grant director at the Boys and Girls Club. Marcus Fisher is unable to be with us tonight. We also have a board meeting tonight, so he sends his regards. We are asking for $30,000 this year to fund our Keystone program. The The Keystone program is a critical program for our teens, and it really meets the goals for the city in terms of educational attainment and job readiness. Through the Keystone program, we really focus on 3 different legs of a bar stool, if you may. We look at enhancing leadership skills or building leadership skills for kids. We work on career readiness and job readiness for even just their summer employment. And we also work on college preparation. So in each of those 3 areas, I'll go into a little bit more depth. For the volunteerism, it's really working with the kids to help them understand that they are part of a bigger community, not only within our club, but within the city of Lawrence. And so the kids meet every Monday. They have elected leadership within their group, and they lead determine and lead volunteer activities throughout the club, as well as throughout the community. The key one that they are working on is the kids' staff, our supper program that we offer every day, feeding over 300 kids. We have one part-time cook that runs that program, and about 5 volunteer kids every night that help us clean and prep and prepare that program. The other big part of our Keystone program is the college prep program. We have a wide variety of opportunities throughout the year for our kids to become better prepared for college. We have a career fair in the fall, or a college fair in the fall, where we have probably around 30 colleges that come and present to the kids. We do a SAT prep class, a FAFSA fill-in event. Kids have one-on-one college counseling with our Assistant Director of Education, Jared Harris, and a lot of other college-related activities. And then finally, we have our career track program for our kids, and that again also is a large variety of activities throughout the year. We have this will be our 3rd year with a career fair in the spring. We work with closely with the county for the Workforce Investment Board and placing kids throughout the summer in a wide variety of jobs. We do a life skills class. Tonight they're actually having a financial literacy class with TD Bank teaching that class. So those are kind of the 3 key components of our Keystone program. I'll take any questions.
Questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Youth Development Organization for YDO Summer 2018.
Hi, my name is Jasmine, and I'm the co-director for YDO Summer.
Hi, my name is Yusuf, and I'm also the co-director for the YDO Summer. So when it comes to YDO is like a 5-week program meant for primarily kids in Lawrence to better their summer and teach them things they wouldn't teach and learn in school. So it runs Monday through Friday, and we have different types of classes, 3 classes a day, and every Friday is an outing day. So when it comes to 3 classes a day, we split it up between arts and sciences, and we encourage kids to choose one of each. So if they're a primarily artsy student, we ask that they have 1 science class a day, or vice versa. So when it comes to art classes, we have like fashion design, we have drawing, painting, ceramics, and sciences we have coding, video game design, and robotics. So yeah, we encourage kids to try different things that they won't learn in school. All these classes are taught by high school students, so mainly Lawrence high school students. So, and we don't ask them to teach anything. They tell us what they want to learn, what they want to teach. So, for example, last year we had a student tell us that they were very passionate about Hamilton and hip hop theater, and they were like, "Can we teach a class?" So they made a class lesson plan and they presented it to us, and it was very well formatted, and we accepted it, and they taught that for the summer.
Some of the field trips we take the kids on is to like the MFA the Edward Kennedy Institute, where it's like a makeshift Senate, and the kids got to vote on things, different things, and make it seem like they were taking part in the Senate, and they could learn things that they don't normally cover in school, or things that they may forget that they learn in history class. And then we take them to things that obviously they want to go to in the summer, like Skateland and the pond and stuff, where they can have fun with their friends. So we make sure to have a variety of educational field trips, as well as field trips that they want to have fun at.
So before the summer starts, before the kids get there, we have a prep week that the classes are prepared for. So the teachers, high school students will prepare the class, the space, they'll prepare the lesson plan, and they'll get all the materials they need. And after the 5-week program, we have a cleanup week, which we clean up the program, we get it ready for the school year, and we just, get ready to end the summer. And that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Thank you.
Still 30 seconds.
Do you guys have any questions?
Just one. What's the recruiting method? How do you get kids into your program? Sounds like a really exciting program.
So normally most of our staff has taken part in YDO before, and then they recruit their own friends, and we ask them to bring in friends that are interested just like them. So a lot of our staff gets along well that way, because a lot of them know each other and have mutual friends.
And when it comes to the children, it's been around for a while. So usually it's like a first come first basis. So we have a registration that over 140 kids, over 170 kids apply to, but we can only take so much. So 140 get accepted. So we just go by first come first serve, but we prioritize those returning kids. Yes.
The kids who do the teaching, have any of them gone on to pursue a career in education? Have they gone on to teach in college? Or?
Yeah.
So one of our members, they're older now. They were like, when I was a part of YDO as a kid, they were teaching me. Their name's Nellie. She's now working at one of the Lawrence Public Schools. I'm not sure at the moment, but they have gone on to do big things.
How many staff do you have running this program?
So we have 40 staff. 40.
40?
Yeah, 40 high school students running the program, including me and Jasmine, like running the whole thing.
Are you volunteers or paid staff?
They're paid.
And volunteers. So we have the 8th graders who are going into freshman year, and they come and volunteer their time because they want to become staff later on, and then as they get older, we offer them a stipend as well.
To make it clear, this is during the summertime, you're saying?
Yes, it's a 5-week.
And throughout the school year?
This is what we're doing right now. It's for the summer, but we are a year-round program.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to go back to our applicant number 1, Merrimack Valley YMCA Music Clubhouse. And I just want to give a little caveat. We're going to have a performance, and that performance will not count as part of the 3 minutes.
Oh, I can speak slower then. Okay. Whew, I was practicing my fast talk. I know. Thank you. My name is Elaine Mankey. I'm the Director of Grant Management for the Merrimack Valley YMCA, and we are asking for $30,000 for the Lawrence Music Clubhouse, which is located in the Lawrence YMCA. It's an exciting, safe, and free after-school program where young people ages 10 to 18 years from the Lawrence community can explore music, express themselves, establish friendships, empower themselves to take creative risks and pursue their passions. This program, at no cost to the youth, provides at-risk youth who otherwise would not have access to music exploration with concrete opportunities to not only perform but record and pursue additional education at no cost. Participation has increased significantly over the past few years, and the Clubhouse programs now serves approximately 600 youth and teens a week, over 2,400 annually. Through the Lawrence Music Clubhouse program, young participants gain lifelong experiences that teach valuable lessons about discipline, hard work, patience, and rising above challenges. Overall, the ultimate goal of the Music Clubhouse is to create a caring and accepting musical environment in which underprivileged young people can have fun, develop social skills and academic skills, and build confidence. The Music Clubhouse offered at the Lawrence YMCA serves both as an after-school program and school day enrichment program. by integrating music education, video production, workshops, technology learning stations, open studio time, and special events, the Music Clubhouse will open the eyes of at-risk youth to a world of knowledge in music and arts exploration and encourage investment and confidence in oneself. But instead of having me up here telling you what it's about, we thought Sergio would be able to play and show you what the Lawrence Music Clubhouse is all about. Great job, Sergio. Thank you, Sergio. Jose, do you want to come down and you can get this out of the way while I answer any questions if you have any? Yes.
This is for Sergio. How long have you been studying?
Since June.
You've learned that since June.
Any questions?
I noticed in the application, your goal is 40 students for this summer.
At a minimum, we serve thousands come through the door, hundreds every week.
What is your expected goal as a projected number for this year aside from the 40? What is your goal in your heart? What do you want to reach out to in this country?
I think the goal is is 600 a month.
Right, past that, where do you see this expectancy taking you? With this number of students receiving music education,
Right.
how do you project that this is going to help the education system or their futures?
Oh, I think it gives the youth an opportunity beyond academics or sports, which seems to be covered in a lot of different programs for the artistic outlet that so many need and don't have the opportunity to get. Thank you. Any other questions? Yep.
How do you get the kids? The teachers recommend who goes, or is it just brought in and
It's open to all Lawrence youth, and so through the Lawrence Turnaround Program, our partnership with the Lawrence Public Schools, we have kids come in and out of the Y during the day, and those kids are exposed to it, and many of those children actually end up coming to our after-school program, which is just a drop-in format after school from 3 to 8. During the school year, and then during the summers, Monday through Thursday. All day. Thank you for this opportunity. Any other questions? Thank you, and thank you, Sergio.
I just have to say that this is my favorite part of this night, is the performances.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, next up is Olive in July. It's English for speakers of second language classes and citizenship classes.
I'll say the
Good evening. My name is Eulalia Feliz. I'm the CEO and founder of Olive in July Inn. a few years ago, we used to need Christmas in July. It is about 1 year and a half that we are Olive in July. We have a story that I cannot share right now with you guys, but we are asking for 23,000 for our ESL classes. In the presence, we have 45 students right now. And also, we became, we had 8 this year from July to this present. We have 8 students who became USA citizens of America. We have one of them here. If he want to say something, he can say something here to you guys. Also, here we have Andres Floville, who teach the class. I also training one of our volunteers to teach citizenship classes, and she is helping us in the class. We also have in our organization other programs for kids. We like to have daycare that we don't have for the parents, since we do the class in evening time and on the weekend too. So also we have another program named Olive. I haven't pressed in the application, but it's working with the community. We are helping them to fill that out income tax free. And in that last 2 weeks, we have 102 return done by volunteers. We have a group of 38, like 30 to 38 volunteers helping me in this program, or help the community, because they are calling volunteer income tax assistant. That's the name, the VITA. We are the only one who are open in Lawrence during Saturday, since other organizations, for lack of money, they're not in the field no more. So we desperately need the money to keep enlarging our ESL classes and the citizenship classes, and for all the programs that also we run.
Like 30 seconds left.
Oh, okay.
Yes, if you're gonna say something about
Yes.
just a short things.
Hi, I just say thank you. These people helping a lot. This organization, I think that is very important for us. So without their help, it wasn't impossible for me do my American citizenship, because I was worried about it, how I gonna pass this, and when I realized that they are, thank you.
So you got any question for?
I have a question regarding those who teach the classes in English. Are they proficient in the English language?
Yes, I've been teaching for the last 20 years and graduate have been working for 20 years in my country, Dominican Republic, and also I bring all the experience here in the United States to teach first level and second level.
I noticed in the description there's something about serving parents of disabled children. Do you teach any of your English students? Do they have any disabilities at all? And how do you have more success in teaching them?
The parents. I can answer that question for you. We really connect disabled family and moderate and low-income family with the resources that we have in our community here. Especially the disabled families are the one who really desperately needed to learn English in order to help and get those resources that we have out there for them.
Any other questions? Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Yeah, next organization is Lawrence Family Development, the Quintana Center, Adult ESOL, and Citizenship Program.
Thanks, Sue. Good evening. My name is Paul Heithaus. I'm the Director of Program Development for Lawrence Family Development. This evening, I'm here to request $25,000 towards the ESL and citizenship programs at the Maria Quintana Center, a program of Lawrence Family Development. For 25 years, Lawrence Family Development has been providing ESL and citizenship programming in the city of Lawrence. We currently provide classes on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. We have 3 classes a day, 3 days a week. We run 3 sessions a year. We have a fall session, a spring session, and a summer session. The fall and spring session run 14 weeks. The summer session runs 8 weeks. We generally serve between 80 and 100 students during each of the spring and fall sessions and about 50 students during the summer session. We offer levels 1 through 4 of ESL when necessary. Currently, we're running classes in levels 1 and 2 because we do not have any students that are at level 4. In addition to ESL classes, we also provide citizenship services. We offer one citizenship class a session. It's about 25 students. We could offer more with additional teachers, but right now we have 1 teacher available. In addition to that, we've started a partnership with Northeast Legal Aid where we're providing an immigration legal clinic 4 days a week at the Quintana Center. It is free immigration legal services provided by immigration attorneys, help with completing the application, help with sorting out legal matters that are preventing someone from completing the application. We also provide assistance with petitionings. We generally serve about 50 to 60 people a year with immigration services. So all told, we're working with between 300 and 350 individuals a year at the Quintana Center. So, thank you. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
At what level do the participants move forward to accelerated classes in English?
So we follow the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education's Adult Basic Education curriculum. We use what's called the Best Plus test to evaluate their progress. There are standards set for each level that's set by the state. They are tested at the beginning when they register for the class. There's a pre-test. They're tested halfway through the course to test their progress, and then they're tested again at the end of the course to evaluate whether they're ready to move up. At what point is based on how well they do on the test. The test is created in order to help them, in order to help evaluate based on the number of points that they score where they should be placed.
On an average, how many would you say can speak English when they're done with these classes?
If they complete a level 4, I'd say 95% of them are speaking a well enough English to function. All of our classes is full English immersion, so there's no language other than English spoken in the classroom. By the end of at least level 2, they should be able to have conversations in English. They should be able to converse well enough to have conversations. Thank you.
Any other questions? What does your waiting list look like if you have it?
We do have a waiting list. On average, it gets up to about 200 individuals. We do registration generally on a first come, first served basis. We try to give priority to returning students in that we offer them the opportunity to register first. And then we do it on first come, first serve. If students drop out, we go to the waiting list. We also try to refer students to other programs when appropriate. And then when we do our recruitment for the next session, we automatically go to the waiting list and they get the first set of emails to go out. Yes?
So do they have a graduation like regular school or?
We do have a graduation every spring. On average, we have roughly 50 students that'll show up for the graduation. We've been looking at how we can increase the numbers. Part of our issue is we do day and evening classes. We do the ceremony in the evening. We tend to get more of the evening students to come to the graduation program. Also, students may not take a spring course. They may have just done a fall or a summer course. They may not come to the graduation because they weren't in the spring session. But we generally have about 50 students. We recognize their achievements. They're recognized for attendance, scoring on the best test, how they placed. They're all sorts of achievements that they recognize as part of the graduation ceremony.
Another question. How many of them go to community college when they feel like they can do it?
You know, we haven't started tracking that yet. That is something we've been talking about tracking, but we have not as of yet tracked that number.
Are we doing the next presentation?
I am actually doing the next presentation, so
Our next presentation from
I'll stay
Lawrence
here.
Development is the CSU Workforce Development Program.
All right, thank you. Once again, we're requesting $30,000 towards the CSU Workforce Development Program. Many of you are familiar with the Youth Build Lawrence program. About 3 years ago, Lawrence Family Development took a look at Youth Build Lawrence and several other programs that we were running for high-risk opportunity youth. We looked at the funding landscape and realized with the available dollars, it was becoming more difficult to support multiple programs doing similar services. So we brought our programs together under one program model, which we named the CSU program. As part of that model, participants have access to alternative high school education, workforce development, social emotional services, mental health treatment, and pro-social recreation. Specifically for this funding, we're requesting funds to support our construction program. As you may know, Youth Build Lawrence has been building houses in Lawrence for 20-something years. Over the past 20 years, we've built 10 houses. They're always sold to first-time home buyers as part of the affordable housing program. These houses are built by students with the assistance of 2 construction trainers. This money would go to support the construction trainer position. One unique thing about this program, a great emphasis is put on learning the skills of using a hammer, using a drill, using a saw. But we feel that we can teach anybody to use a hammer, to use a drill, to use a saw. What our students are really learning are the social emotional skills to be able to function in a work environment. They learn skills such as showing up on time, how to dress appropriately on a work site, when it's appropriate to take breaks, how to speak to a supervisor, not only how to complete a job, but how to make sure once you believe that you've completed the job to go back and make sure that you've done it right. So our construction supervisor is more than just a contractor or a carpenter. He's also a youth worker, an outreach worker. Sometimes he feels like a clinician. For this program, we will be working with specifically 30 young people. They're aged 16 to 24. They have all dropped out of high school. They've chosen to come back and get their high set as well as to learn a skill. They do part of their work in our workshop where they learn basic carpentry skills. For this particular grant, they will spend the rest of their time working on a house that we've been building at 211 Jackson Street, hoping to get that completed by the end of this calendar year. They spend 2 days a week on the job site, 2 days a week in class, and 1 day a week doing social emotional programming, including mental health treatment and other groups. Thank you.
Any questions on this program?
I do.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening. So are you connected with any agency after they get through the program? Is something that you follow up with them?
Yes, we provide 2 years of follow-up. We have a very good working relationship with Northern Essex. We, at least twice a year, we take students over to Northern Essex for tours and to sit in classes. We also recognize that not all of our students are looking to go that path. So we've created what we call our internship to hire program. As they progress along in the high set, generally we try to get them when they've completed the high set or they're very close to completing the high set. We have different business partners in the community where we will place a young person in for an 8-week internship. The internship is paid for by us. Their case manager works very closely with their supervisor. They have weekly meetings with the supervisor, the student, and the case manager to go over what the student has learned, what type of things that they need to work on. Our goal is that after that 8 weeks, the employer will be impressed enough to hire that individual on as their own employee outside of our subsidized employment. We've also been taking students on tours of, they just went on a tour of UMass Lowell last week. They went to Salem State several weeks ago, so we've been trying to introduce them to other opportunities. We began a partnership with Lawrence High School last year. So those students who may get into the program and decide that they want to re-enroll in high school, if they've been out for less than a year, have the opportunity to re-enroll in high school and continue to take classes at our center. We've been working to develop a relationship with the VOC, where if they want to continue vocational training, they can do some work with the VOC as well.
So any requirement for them to be able to be eligible for that program?
The main requirements are that they have dropped out of high school. They need to complete a 2-week orientation, and they have to have the desire to do it. We generally have a waiting list of 10 to 15 kids, so we are looking for, and we try to use our orientation period to make sure that the young people that we have who are going to enter the program are ready to do it, but we want to make sure that it's a right fit, that when they come into the program, you know, that they recognize that they're not just going to be getting their HISET, they're going to be learning a skill, they're going to be working on a construction site, they're going to be, spending a couple of days working outside, they're going to spend a day, working in social emotional groups and mental health treatment. But the only real requirements are that they've dropped out of school and that they have a willingness to do it.
Thank you.
Just one quick question. Can you guys reach out to House of Corrections and try to recruit kids from there?
We do. We work closely with several branches of law enforcement. In addition, we have case managers that actually go to the House of Corrections once a week to meet with young people who are getting ready to be released. Their goal is to make sure that when these young people are released back into the community, they have a plan. We recognize, one, that not everyone who is leaving the House of Corrections, or even DYS for that case, may need to get their high school diploma still. Some of them have completed it while they've been incarcerated. So we help them to identify what they do want to do. If they are interested in completing their high school diploma, we follow a schedule. Generally, we actually started orientation today for a new class. That schedule goes February to December. So if we can, we will fit them into the class. If there are open spots, they can enter late, or we bring them into our program. They can start doing workforce development with the goal of they can enter the HISET program at the next class. But yes, we work very closely with the Sheriff's Department, with DYS, with the Police Department.
I have a question. This is regarding safety on the job site. Any initiative regarding to OSHA?
So one of the first things that our construction trainer is OSHA certified as a trainer. So one of the first things that they do is all of our students become OSHA certified. They also do.
10 hours.
I'm sorry?
Do they get the 10 hours?
Yes, they do. Yep, they do 2 Saturday courses.
What about liability and no workers' comp?
So the organization has liability insurance that covers any injuries that might happen on the work site.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any other questions?
All right, thank you all.
Okay, our next presenter is Notre Dame Education Center, Lawrence, ESOL classes.
Good evening. I'm Sister Eileen Burns from Notre Dame Education Center in Lawrence, and we have 200 studying English with us each week, and others are studying citizenship prep. We have a nurse aide, home health aide training, and we do computer literacy. So we're asking for $23,000 of about the $28,000 it will cost to run the class. The need in Lawrence is immense right now, as we know, and we're glad that there are so many applying for ESOL. At the same time that the need is so high, the funding is going lower. The CDBG has a $5,000 cut in the ESOL allotment this year. The state level this year was cut 7%. Governor Baker's budget represents a $1.4 million less allotted this year, so we're counting on you, Representative Moran, to help us out and get a level budget on that. And the federal government, as you know, is problematic in terms of immigrants, and we're unsure of where the funding level will be for that. So we feel strongly that we want to do all we can to get the 210 faces on our waiting list into a class, and we're doing all that we can to do that, a mixture of government funding, private foundations, and the city CDBG. So your partnership with us has helped us to do that. And ESOL is not a new concept, and it's not a new idea for CDBG, but why this is important to Lawrence, and especially the class you've helped us fund in the past, is that low-income and many times very hard-working laborers improve their English after being at work all day, sometimes working 2 and 3 jobs, and their computer skills, their soft skills, to be able to move toward family-sustaining wages in our great gateway city. That's just so important, not to just be left behind in a low-income, minimum wage job that can't support things. I thought it might be interesting for you, just before you ring the bell, is just to tell you the countries we've served since September at NDEC. So we've been serving Albania, Brazil, Cameroon, Colombia, Congo, Cuba, Dominican Republic, of course, our greatest number, Ecuador, it's 3 minutes, El Salvador, France, Ghana, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, Lebanon, Mexico, Morocco, Nigeria, Philippines, Portugal, Puerto Rico, Russia, and some from USA. So thank you very much for all the support that you have given, and we count on you to continue.
Any questions?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Our next presenter is Si Se Puede, Project Away 2018 Summer Program.
I have some handouts.
Good evening, how are you? So my name is Lori Mendoza, and I'm the Executive Director for Si Se Puede Incorporated, located inside the Merrimack Courts Housing Projects in the Lower Tower Hill section of Lawrence, Mass. This evening we're here to request, or I'm here to request $10,000 for our Project Away summer program, which is a 5-week summer program for our youth in grades 1 through 8 primarily. Now and then we get high school volunteers that come through the summer. Sometimes they already have summer jobs, but some of them who don't come and also spend the summer with us going on field trips and helping out in the program. Last year we had the opportunity through the Merrimack Valley, through Valley Works, they were able to, through some HUD funding, pay for some of our high school student volunteers. So we were able to train them, and also they were able to work with us, so they were able to get paid for the work that they helped us with. In our 5-week summer program, we focus, we do 12:30 to 5:30 in the afternoon. And the reason why we do that is because a lot of our students are at the Lawrence Public Schools doing summer programming. So we give them time to be released and then come to our summer program. When they come to our summer program, then we work with the students so that we're working on math and English skills. And then the other half of the afternoon, we're out on field trips. We try to balance those field trips for having both educational and recreational field trips for them. Normally, I like to bring students with me so that they can talk about their experience and why the summer program is key to them. But tonight we had a Valentine's Day celebration, and there was no way I was going to get any kids here. So I apologize for that. I know that that's like the highlight to see the kids. But I did ask them, and I told them that I would be here tonight. And I asked them to share a little bit of why the summer program is so important for them. And there was a lot of things blurted out to me, so I'm going to share some of the things that were said to me because they know that we're being televised. So they said, "We're going to be watching you, Miss Lori." So they said that one of the reasons why they appreciate the summer program and why it's important to them is because their families cannot afford to do a lot of things in the summer or take them on field trips. Another reason that was shouted out from the group tonight was that it's a safe place for them and it's fun. Si Se Puede is located, like, as I mentioned in the beginning, right in the heart and in the Merrimack Courts housing projects, and they don't have a community center, so we're kind of like the hub for the kids from the Merrimack Courts housing projects. And so we provide those opportunities for them throughout the school year. We have a school year program, and then we also have the extension of a 5-week summer program. I gave you all handouts to give you. Yep. Thank you. Any questions? Yes.
I have a question for you. I know you do a lot of work with all the children, the kids down at the lodge. Do the parents ever, I'm assuming, I could be totally wrong, that many of the parents do not speak English?
Many of our parents.
Participate and to learn English?
So many of the parents in our program do not speak English. We don't have a program to help work with the parents and teach them English. So what I do is I kind of, rather than duplicate services that are already out there in the community, is I refer the parents to agencies that are already providing those services. The way that we come in play and why we're so key is because a lot of the parents, because of the language barrier, they're not able to help the kids with their homework. So we're able to give them the one-on-one tutoring and mentoring that the kids need to provide those services with the homework assistance. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Our next presenter is the YWCA Northeastern Massachusetts Improvements and Deferred Maintenance to the YWCA Lawrence residents.
Good evening. The YWCA is asking for $10,000 to partially fund renovations to our Lawrence residence. I don't know how many of you know it, but on the 3rd floor of the YWCA building, 10 women live there. It has been home to 10 low-income women for 20 years, since 1998. Virtually no major improvements have been done to this space since then. So as you can imagine, with 10 women constantly using it after 20 years, it is worn and in need of some renovations. The YWCA's mission is to eliminate racism, empower women, and promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. And we carry out that mission in many ways, but providing safe, affordable housing for women who are vulnerable is one of the ways we do that. And as I said, for 20 years we've done that here at the Lawrence residence on the 3rd floor of our main building. Most of the women are older. Of the 10 who are living there right now, 8 of them are 55 or over, or older. And part of the city's consolidated plan, priority needs and objectives, is to improve the quality of life for a number of different types of people, including elderly. And also, it's one of the priorities is to improve the condition of the city's aged housing stock. I believe this, I could be wrong, but I believe this falls under that category too. This helps eliminate homelessness in the city. These women are very vulnerable, very low income. Some of them, although not all of them, might be survivors of domestic violence. And if it weren't for finding a place in our residence, they could be homeless or they could be living in, dangerous or substandard housing. So as I said, it's been 20 years of constant use by 10 residents. And we would like to give them a new kitchen, mainly. We also need to replace the HVAC system, but I'm asking for money from another source for that. But $10,000 would go a long way towards replacing the flooring, buying a couple new refrigerators. Obviously, 10 women need more than one refrigerator. A new stove, and new cabinets in the kitchen. They're quite worn, they're old, and it would really improve the quality of life for these 10 vulnerable women. Thank you.
What are you asking, how much are you asking for?
10,000.
This one says 35.
Well, the whole project has a higher price tag than 10,000, but we're asking the city for 10,000. Am I wrong? I'm sorry. I might be wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been thinking about too many other grants today. I apologize. No, that's the FINA house. That's where we have transitional housing for survivors of domestic violence. This is permanent SRO housing, single room occupancy housing. I understand that the longest any woman has lived there is 15 years. So it can be home for, anyone who needs to or wants to live there that long. It's project-based Section 8 housing. So it's not emergency housing, it's not transitional housing. It is Section 8 permanent housing. Okay, thank you. Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
How do you get these ladies? Are they referred by social workers?
I believe they come to us, from referrals from various places. The application process is in coordination with the Lawrence Housing Authority because it is Section 8 housing. So I suppose they can apply to the Housing Authority or to us. In my position, I don't get too involved in that end of it, but it is, I know it's administered by the Lawrence Housing Authority as Section 8.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Our next applicant is Centro de Apoyo Familiar for the elderly group Nueva Esperanza.
Hello, how are you? Let me know when we start now. All right. My name is Gisela Vasquez. I'm the program manager at CAF. I'm just going to speak a little bit briefly about the program. CAF Elderly Program Nueva Esperanza means New Hope. It's an elderly program designed to help our elderly program prevent depression and social isolation in the elder population. The program activities are guided to meet weekly goals that focus on physical, emotional, and environmental health. Another component of this program involves craft activities that goes from creating a recipe book to creating a home remedy booklet. A routine physical exercise is part of the agenda each program day. A coffee time with a healthy breakfast of reflection, games, music, and a number of activities designed to motivate creativity, learning, and enthusiasm among the elders. One of our goals is to provide educational training tools to help elders overcome illiteracy and English barriers to prevent them from being victims of fraud. So I have a few of our elderly assistants that are here, and they just want 1 minute if they can speak a little bit about the program. And I'm going to be translating.
Mi nombre es Marcelina Marte.
Her name is Marcelina Martes.
Yo estoy muy contenta con ese grupo que tenemos ahí porque ahí nos divertimos nosotros, nos botamos la mente de estar trancado en un apartamento, porque a veces uno se le da estrés, le da cosas de estar ahí trancado. Y ahí nos sentimos bien porque ahí nos enseñan algo para aprender, principalmente inglés, que queremos aprender porque no sabemos nada de eso y a veces nos estamos frustrados porque no entendemos nada. Y eso es muy bueno para ver si nosotros se echamos un poquito más para adelante, a pesar que ya la edad ya no, la mente, pero uno tiene que estar en algo para limitar la mente.
I'm going to try to translate, but she's saying that she's very happy with the program. It's a place where she feels comfortable. It's a place because the program is actually in the building. It's on Franklin Street and Broadway Street, so we have about 25 to 40 attendees that will gather up every Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And it's a way for them to at least share with the friends and just come down. We have exercise, we have games. So one of the things she's saying, it helps her take her mind away so many things, and she's very happy for it.
Buenas noches.
Good evening.
Mi nombre es Luz María Burgos. Soy del grupo Nueva Esperanza. Y pasamos bonito. Eso es todos los viernes. Nos reunimos muchos.
So she's also part of the program. We meet every Friday, and she's very happy with the services we offer. And not least, but we have our friend here, Niña.
La niña. Mi nombre es Rosa Mezquita. Pertenezco al grupo, ya ustedes ven que somos unas muchachas. Y ese
As you can see, we're young ladies here.
Sacamos ese tiempo los viernes.
So we take that time every Friday
para reunirnos
to gather up
y botar el golpe.
Just release stress.
Una con otra y también tenemos personas que nos han visitado como el señor Marco Devi
such as Marco Devers,
Frank Morán, también ellos nos han visitado al grupo, han compartido con nosotros y él sabe que este grupo es verdadero. Que nosotros nos gozamos de acuerdo a nuestra edad
according to our age.
Y esperamos que las autoridades competentes nos ayuden para que este grupo no caiga, sino que podamos seguir, porque se hacen muchas manualidades y uno el viernes no se compara con nada. El viernes nosotros nos vamos a disfrutar lo que nos dan ahí.
It's a time to rejoice.
Gracias.
Thank you.
I let them go a little bit longer. I couldn't cut off the elderly.
Any questions?
Yes. Good evening, and thank you for being here. It's only on Fridays, right?
Yes.
Do you provide transportation for them, or they have to get there and there?
There's no transportation because the program is actually in the building where they live at.
Oh,
yes. Okay. There's a section on the first floor where we all gather up.
Okay, so this is outside.
It's the SS Towers here in Lawrence.
So this is outside of the social activity they have in the building. So that's
yes.
Something totally. Okay.
Yes, and the program has been running since 2000. So Family Services had it, and then we took over in 2009 because they had no more funding. And we didn't want to lose the program, so we kept running. Okay, it's a need.
Okay, so from what time to what time do you usually meet on Fridays?
We do every Friday from 10 a.m. to 12, 2 hours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ay, no pueden estar así.
Never late to learn and keep it there busy because at that age we need to support. We need a lot of support.
Yeah, thank you. And one of the things that we see with the elderly is that they get a lot of phone calls, and the majority of them, like I would say 95% are just Spanish-speaking elderlies, and they have people knocking on the door, calling, and so many things, fraud. They have been victims of fraud, and it's due to probably not knowing the language and probably not being able to read and write as well. So that's why we're requesting $20,000 in order for us to implement this program and help our elderly. How many residents? ¿Cómo cuánto hay en esos dos buildings? ¿Cuántas personas? I'll say over 200 people between the two buildings.
You guys do a good job. I can see it. I know she called me out.
She did.
Well, I had visited a bunch of the organizations already. Been doing it for almost 2 years. And I probably have visited 90% of the organizations today. And, I make sure that whatever funding is going to be distributed, that I actually experience what they do. And I encourage any of the members here to do the same. Go visit some of these programs and see it for yourself, so you can see that the money's well spent. You guys do a great job.
Thank you. Thank you for your support, Frank. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Okay, next presenter is the Lawrence Adult Learning Center Spanish High Set Program with ESOL. No? Not here? All right. So that would have been our halfway point. Next up is International Institute of Greater Lawrence ESOL classes.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tony Williams, and I am the ESOL Program Coordinator at the International Institute in Lawrence. The International Institute is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 1913. So it's been serving residents of Lawrence for more than 100 years. I haven't been there since, but I've been part of the Institute for about 11 years. 2 of those as a student, and about 9 being part of the staff. IIGL actually offers 3 levels of ESOL instruction. Between beginners, intermediate, and advanced, we have 2 sessions, morning and evenings, 2 days a week. We also have a career pathways program. We offer citizenship classes too, and we have a long wait list. As of December, we have about 740 applicants. Out of the wait list, 64% is for a beginner, 34% for intermediate. So International Institute is requesting $30,000 so we can expand our program by adding 3 more classes, and to provide at least a service to 60 low moderate income Lawrence residents in need of state services. Each class will serve at least 20 students, and services will be provided for 6 hours per week for 32 weeks per class, starting in September 2018 and ending by June 2019. So expanding Lawrence resident career and college opportunities, English language skill will give our residents better paid jobs, further education opportunities, and most important part to me, the ability to express their ideas. So by learning English, they're gonna be able to express themselves. Even though in Lawrence, we have many services that we can find, our own language for services, the ability to speak English is an important part in helping people to become more employable. People that learn English can support their families better, access necessary services, and play a full part in society. Like I mentioned before, I was a student at the Institute, and I have seen hundreds of people's success in many ways. Getting employment, becoming citizens, going to college, GED certifications, many things. I have been there for 9 years as part of the staff, and it's, again, incredible and really needed. The funds to create at least beginner classes and intermediate, which is the greatest need that we have right now. Thanks.
Any questions?
Thank you very much.
Our next presenter is the Merrimack Valley Immigrant and Education Center, English Communication for Employment.
Good evening. I am Karen Sheridan, the Program Coordinator for the Merrimack Valley Immigrant and Ed Center, or MVIEC. We are formerly the Asian Center, but we just celebrated our 30th year of serving immigrants in Lawrence. We did change our name from Asian Center to be more inclusive of serving all immigrants. Our location is now in the Social Security Building on South Union Street. We are participating members of the local adult basic education community, the Mayor's Learn English in Lawrence Consortium, and Community Pathways Network. Our proposal is for workplace English classes, ECE, or English Communication for Employment, to address the pressing need for non-English speaking heads of households to improve their English proficiency and soft employment skills to get a job or a better job. We provide a 60-hour class that offers workplace English focusing on job readiness, career exploration, attaining soft skills, and increasing self-confidence. We would offer 2 levels of classes, meeting twice a week for 5 hours, one in the morning, the other in the afternoon for 12 weeks, first in the fall, then midwinter. Class size of 8 to 10 participants with a total capacity of 35 students. A typical syllabus would include development of language skills through how to complete job application, job search, identifying, setting goals, resume writing, job interview preparation, communication at work, absences, job etiquette. We believe these new skills and experiences will improve the applicant's ability to search and find employment, improve their family's quality of life, and in the long run, financial stability and education for the entire family. Through our anonymous surveys, our participants in the past have reported being more self-confident and self-assured for job searching and job promotions after taking our ECE classes, which they are uniformly pleased with. In closing, our agency philosophy, which we impart to our clients: we work hard, we help others, we strive to make the world better.
Any questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, our next presenter is Beyond Soccer Inc. Youth Summer Jobs Program.
Good evening. My name is Diego Porres, and I'm here on behalf of Beyond Soccer. I'm here to tell you why you should help fund our summer programs this coming summer. Oh, my bad. I'm here to tell you why you should help fund our summer programs this summer. First and foremost, for you that don't know who or what Beyond Soccer is, we run the summer programs just across the street from here, as well as over at Lawrence High School. We are a nonprofit organization aiming to provide kids with opportunities to get out and active mainly through the sport of soccer. Funding these programs will not only provide summer jobs for the youth in our city, such as myself and my colleague here, but also give the opportunity for younger kids to stay active and get out and about instead of staying inside all day. I can tell you from experience that these programs provide a very big, accomplishing feeling for us that we work there. And it also gives the kids this massive happiness when it comes to playing all day. Our aim is to nurture these kids and expose them to the wonders of sports and other activities. While we mainly focus on soccer, it has much more to offer, and we work in collaboration with many other citywide events and programs to help in any way we can. Our goal is to get as much kids active and moving as possible, while providing a sense of community where there otherwise might not be one. Like I explained, I was once one of those kids, and while it's been a long time since I've participated as a youth in the programs, being a coach mentor has been just as fulfilling as learning ball control and passing. It's through these programs that I learned what it means to really lead, and the work I have done and learned through these programs has translated over to other activities and work I do on my off time.
Evening. My name is Hugo, and I as well am a creation of the Beyond Soccer programs. 7 years ago, I was invited to join the organization as a member of one of the travel teams Ever since then, I improved my soccer skills and communication skills by interacting with other kids in a friendly sporting environment. This helped me through the process of learning English as a second language. Beyond Soccer has opened many doors for me to accomplish my major goal of attending college and playing at the next level. I will be attending West Texas A&M, one of the best athletic programs in the country. The past summer, we had the privilege to host over 100 kids at our 2-week soccer and wellness camp, our Lawrence Sports Leadership Academy with over 300 participants. The opportunity for myself and Diego here to be a part of the Summer Youth Employment Program, as well as out the field hiking trips and outings providing kids with fun off the fields. We're also very grateful to be participating on city-wide events such as Ciclovia, the Salsa Festival, and the encouraging Si Se Puede.
Any questions?
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Canal Street Boxing Training Services.
How you guys doing today? My name is Radimus Gonzalez. Some of you are familiar with who I am. Because of that, I was asked to come and speak on behalf of Canal Street Boxing Gym. I'm a huge advocate of it. They've been operational for 7 years now. When we first started at Canal Street Boxing Gym, we started literally in a pit this size. And from there we grew, we moved to Essex Street, and then from Essex Street, we ended up back where we rightfully belonged, right at 250 Canal Street. I brought Xavier with me today because he's actually one of the examples that I want to talk about. Right now we have about 30 to 40 members in our gym. That doesn't really dictate how many people have actually passed through Canal Street Boxing Gym. We've had hundreds of members pass through our gym over a 1, 2, or 3 year period of time. I don't want you guys to really think about just the boxing aspect of it. I really want you guys to think about it beyond boxing. The idea for us was to really try to heavily influence a lot of the kids that range from 14, 15, and 16. The coach who operates his gym, his name is Bugsy. He's not here with us right now because he's at the gym. He planted a vision in my heart when he first started this, and he said, listen, what happens with the kid after 16 years old? Because we knew that a lot of them, they end up going to boys clubs or other programs. He goes, I really want to try to impact the other kids that are 16 years old, end up on the streets or whatnot, from the age of up to 24. And that's what we kind of focused on from that point on in. So what we do is not just a boxing aspect of it. Yes, we teach the skill set. Yes, we try to tackle obesity. But what we do is we provide a safe and secure environment for a lot of those kids. Even after hours, we've developed very, very good relationships with a lot of these kids and families that we hang out all together. There's a lot of pockets of kind of cliques that get together inside the gym, but they all hang outside. I've had them over at my house for boxing matches. Xavier was there from the beginning, and he's one of the examples that I saw him grow from a little boy into a man. Right now, Xavier works with the city of Lawrence. Also, he's actually an applicant for the firefighter exam, and these are the type of relationships that we have. It's not just the people, but we also have a good relationship with the police departments. We have academies train at our gym. We have DYS and DCF send their troubled kids to our gym. We give them jobs just so they can pay for the membership, and then we teach them the skill set. We know that it's not just the fighting aspect of it, but it's kind of a parable. We in one word, I can say it's grit, and they use that not just in the gym, but they use it beyond the gym.
Are there any questions?
Hi, question. What kind of discipline do you offer to your students, to the people in the group?
So to the young kids, with boxing, right, what we like to do is we kind of break the kids down physically. And we teach them a you can mentality. And once they realize that they can actually do the stuff that we teach them, they start to realize that they don't just use that inside the ring, that they can actually use that outside of it. Myself, I'll say when I first started learning it 8 years ago with Bugsy, it's a true example to my success within the police department right now.
Yeah, well, because I see that 9 years old, when they school, they had some of the behavior or something like that. So how could they learn to be in the classroom and don't acting out, like boxing outside to bring you to school, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, we do give a disclosure statements to a lot of the kids. A lot of the kids that are there that want to learn, they want to learn the science of it. But we tell them that, hey, we're going to give you the instruction, but the instruction is not for you to be using outside of school. I've actually met some of these kids outside of work. I'll see them at house parties and stuff, and as soon as they see me, it's a very different experience with the kids that I deal with outside of the boxing realm. 1 in 5 students that, 1 in 5 under the age of 21 they take up about 20% of the arrests in Lawrence. So it's a very different aspect when I deal with the kids that are in the gym, outside of the gym.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you have girl applicants, and what's their experience, and how does that raise their self-esteem?
Yeah, I apologize. I always kind of deviate from the female aspect, but we do have a lot of females that come in. Right off the top of my head, I have one specific female who actually we helped kind of pave the way for her with Coach Bugsy. We have a good relationship with the Lawrence Public Schools as well. And they both work together and they kind of give a little bit of instruction to the kids for about an hour or so. And she's exceptional. She's a very, very great person.
We also have female fighters. We also have female fighters who also compete as well if they would like to, and a couple of them won, a couple national titles and a couple Golden Glove titles, and they're not training as of right now just because they have stuff with work and school, so they're not training as of right now. But a lot of them are very successful, not only in the boxing part of it, but also in life. They're doing great things.
Thank you guys for your time. Appreciate it.
Okay, our next applicant is Blessed Stephen Bellasini OSA Academy Alumni Support Program.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Julie DiFilippo. I'm the head at Bellasini Academy. And Bellasini Academy is celebrating its 16 years of educating students in Lawrence. Our mission is breaking the cycle of poverty through education. And we do this with a 12-year partnership with our students and our families. We are a middle school, grades 5 through 8, but we have an alumni support program that tracks our students all the way till they graduate from college and assists them with jobs. We have 100% of our students graduate and go on to high school and go on to private high schools. 100% of our alumni graduate from high school. 88% attend college with significant financial aid and scholarships, including some national scholarships. 9% attend military and trade school. Our first 3 classes graduate from college. We have an 80% rate of either college graduation or still in college. 90% of our alumni who are at the college graduation age are still living in Lawrence, with 3 of them as homeowners. One of them is a teacher here at Bellasini Academy, and 8 work at Bellasini Academy in various programs and after school and in the after school and evening study and summer program. About 4 years ago, our Board of Trustees kind of looked at how we can make a larger impact in the city of Lawrence. And we looked at talked to various community leaders, our parents, did some research, and we decided to open up a girls' school. So we actually opened up a co-institutional school. So our boys and girls are in separate sections of our building. We actually added an extension to our building. And our boys and girls learn in single-sex classes, but then they have the best of both worlds, and they participate in after-school programs, breakfast, lunch, recess, so they get to learn to work with each other, but at the same time, they're able to learn separately as well. And so this year, we've had them for 3 years, and this year is our first 8th grade class. And we had a huge milestone that just happened last week. We have double the amount of 8th graders, and 100% of our 8th graders have been placed in Catholic high schools in the area. So we're very excited. So now that we passed this first milestone, we have the next 8 years, and this is what our request for funding is about, is our alumni support program for the girls' school. So next year we'll have our first group of girls in high school, and we've been very successful with our young men, and we'd like to be the same success rate with the young women. So we're expanding our alumni support program. So with that, some of the services that we offer our alumni is it starts with high school placement starting in 7th grade, but then we work with our families on completing financial aid every year because that's a very difficult and timely process. We help our alumni with course selection, books, supplies. We track our students. We connect our alumni at their high schools with resources. We help them find summer programs, jobs, and opportunities. We manage the college process, which is huge, the scholarships, application waivers, financial aid, and then we also offer programs for our alumni at Bellasini Academy. I just ran out of time. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. All right, thank you.
Our next presenter is ACT Lawrence, Youth Jobs and Leadership Training.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our Youth Leadership and Jobs Training Program. As you know, ACT Lawrence has been working to help the youth of Lawrence for over 20 years. And one of the ways we do that is through jobs training. We provide a summer job program that many times is the first job that our youth have when they're looking for a job in the summer. We are the organization that provides their first job. We couple that with different training like public speaking, how to write their own resume, how to present themselves, how to look for a job. And at many times, the youth are learning something as simple, sounds simple to us because we do it every day, simple as communication skills, like talking on the phone or handling a conversation during an office setting. One of our major accomplishments during the program is that the youth work every week with one workshop, and every week they have to present whatever they learned that week. Over the amount of the summer of weeks, they end up working approximately 120 hours. And by the time they finish, not only do they get paid for working, but by then they have also gained many skills, including practicing what they learn by doing something like the National Night Out celebration, which every year they do for the Arlington neighborhood at the Cronin Park, and we're very proud that it usually ends up being one of the largest celebrations in the city of Lawrence, attracting over 250 people to our event. We're very proud of our program. Last summer, we graduated 19 youth, and of those youth, 3 of them found permanent job after. And that is amazing. One of our youth that graduated in 2016, she ended up getting a 100% fully paid scholarship to Babson University, and we're very proud of that as well. I don't know if you have any other questions, but we are asking for $30,000 so that we can hire more youth, because our goal every year is to hire 50 youth. However, due to funding restrictions, we are able to stay between 20 and 30 youth that we can support and pay.
Any questions?
And lastly, I did give you there a small summary. I just mostly wanted to show you a couple of pictures. One is the graduation from this summer, and thank you to our state rep, Frank Moran, for attending that, and also for previously, even Marcos Devers, for supporting our program in the past, and your support is always, always welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next presenter is Groundwork Lawrence, Urban Adventures Summer 2018.
Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Aber and I work as Education Director at Groundwork Lawrence, and I'm here to talk to you about the Urban Adventures program. Urban Adventures provides 195 Lawrence elementary and middle school youth with hands-on educational summer programming to engage them in outdoor recreation, science-based environmental learning, and healthy food education. Through this, we strive to prevent summer learning loss and promote building healthy emotional and social skills. Urban Adventures provides gainful employment for 6 local young adults as the counselors for the program, and we support their development of teaching skills and other transferable professional skills. We'll have an increased focus this summer on building awareness of the assets that we have and for fresh food in our community, including Costello Urban Farm, the Farmers Market, and healthy on-the-block bodegas, while building the young people's capacity to utilize those resources. Our youth will attend field trips, such as going to Costello Urban Farm and Bodwell Orchard to learn from staff, but also learn from green team members about local healthy fresh food grown in Lawrence. And we'll also provide healthy snacks for the youth participants daily. Now Sarah, who was a counselor last summer, will share more about her experience with Urban Adventures.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Campbell, and I am a middle school teacher here in Lawrence at Gilmet. I teach 5th and 6th grade math, special ed. And I worked with Groundworks last summer as one of the counselors for Urban Adventures, and I was really attracted to the program because of how it holistically treats youth and tries to enrich their learning over the summer. There are 3 prongs to the program. They do service learning, where they're really trying to apply what they're learning in the classroom to real world problems within Lawrence that they're learning about. They have social emotional learning, where they're learning about what their emotions are, what causes them, and how they can navigate those emotions. And there also is a collaboration with Food Corps, which is another program within Groundwork Lawrence that which is where they learn about the healthy snacks, and they actually are involved in making the snacks themselves, and they get to take home recipes that they can, if they're interested in the things, they can do it. They get encouraged to try new foods that they've never done before. So last year we had a day where we made tomato, mozzarella, and basil sandwiches, and all the kids were like, I don't like tomato, I won't do it. But we had fresh tomatoes that were locally grown, and a lot of the kids were very brave and tried new healthy snacks and really liked the experiences. But by and large, their favorite part is the social emotional learning, because I think kids especially feel out of control a lot. And so getting that opportunity to really hear how they can gain some sense of control over something is really important for them, and it really empowers them.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next presenter is Groundwork Lawrence for Green Team Summer 2018.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you all. My name is Heather Conley. I'm with Groundwork Lawrence, and among the many things I do, I work with the Green Team, the great privilege of working with Green Team. Green Team is a comprehensive employment and leadership program that empowers Lawrence youth to become change agents and leaders in our community. We hire 30 youth and 6 young adult leaders for our summer program, and we hire 10 youth for our school year program. Youth gain practical and transferable work skills by engaging in community and environmental projects, including urban agriculture, farmers market, and stewarding our parks, waterways, and our Spigot River Greenway. But I can answer questions after these fine young ladies speak.
Good evening, Advisory Board.
You good?
Yes. Okay. My name is Priscilla Henao. I'm 16 years old and a student at Lawrence High. I believe that the Green Team is filled with the most amazing people I've met who dedicate their time and all of their energy.
Louder and slowly. Not a girl.
You want me to start over?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Just speak louder and slower.
I believe that the Green Team is filled with the most amazing people I've met who dedicate their time and all of their energy to come together to do work that help our community. During the summer, I connected with my group because this type of hard work that is done in the heat of June filters out the people who may work purely for money or the people who don't enjoy this work. During the summer, while pushing to make trails, my group connected and learned about each other. Creating something as challenging as a brand new trail, something that you can really work and sweat for, and being able to say, we made that as a team, is the most beautiful and satisfying thing to encounter. This is one of the many reasons I love the Green Team. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Madricino. I've been with Green Team for 3 years now. Starting off in Green Team, I really didn't know anybody. I was very shy, and once I continued with the summer program, I started getting used to it, and I met very good people that are like family to me. Summer, we have 3 teams called So Green, Denrock, So Green, Ferris, and So Connected. So Fresh, sorry. I worked with So Green Denrock, which we worked on trails in Denrock Park, building amplitude and, what's that called? Amphitheater. An amphitheater that we didn't know it was there, so until we started clearing it up more. And also, for the past 3 years since I've been here, I've been to the White Mountains. And it's gave me an experience that I've never had, building trails for elderly people that couldn't go through the trails. And yeah, thank you.
Any questions? Can you tell me a little bit about the project at Denrock Park?
Yes, so in Denrock, over there. So when we went there, we kind of saw rocks that looked like stairs that people could actually sit on. So we went there. We were kind of confused. So when Tennis, I forgot his name.
Tennis Lily.
Tennis, he kind of told us that this was here a long time ago, and it was like an amplitude for the people that came here. And we were kind of he kind of didn't want us to do it until we kind of told him there's a project that we all could do together and make it better for other people that are walking around and they could see it and enjoy it as much as we will.
So, what did you ladies like best about this?
Well, my favorite type of work within the Green Team is trail building. Like in the White Mountains, we made a trail for elderly people who need to go through with a wheelchair. And because it's my favorite type of work, I think that it really helps bond us together as a team, and it really helps the environment and all the people around us, and I think that's amazing.
Would you like to
Since like I love camping since I was little, and when I joined Green Team, I really didn't know that we did camping. Like I didn't know anything until I actually like people talk to me about it. So like once I got accepted to the job, we kind of went to like in a group of 30 kids. We went to the White Mountains for about 2 days and Harold Parker State Forest. We went there for 2 days and kind of all bonded together. We learned new things like building tents together and all working together as a big group of like family, like a big family. And that's one of the things I loved doing since I was a little kid. So.
And this is for Heather. Do any of the kids who go through this, have any of them leaned towards making a career or at least going to study this in college?
Most definitely. We have a few of our alumni are in college studying environmental science or have already graduated. And we do have alum that are not necessarily in the field of environmental science, but working in youth development, positive youth development. So last summer, we can boast that we're finally seeing the pipeline where 5 of our Green Team leaders, so those 6 young adults that we bring back to work as leaders, were Green Team alum that are now off to college and come home for the summer and can participate in the program. And we do have one of our Green Team members is graduating in this May, and she's going to St. Michael's with a full scholarship to study culinary arts. So she's been working on the farm for a few years. So.
And speaking of food, and not to spend the whole evening on one subject alone, but have you noticed that, and maybe the others who preceded you, with this emphasis on food, on growing the farmer's market, growing things and everything, has it led to an improvement in the kids' eating habits?
Well, I can speak anecdotally. I mean, that's something that's really hard to measure, and we work closely with other funders. Harvard Pilgrim is one that's doing a lot of work on trying to collect this data. But anecdotally, I can tell you, I have seen kids make choices, especially the Green Team youth, but kids in classes that I've supported at the Boys and Girls Club actually eat kale and enjoy kale and take the recipe home for parents. So anecdotally, we can tell you stories all day about changes and people taking food home and sharing it with their families. And I can say with the Green Team through the summer, or somebody who might not have touched a tomato will eat one right off the vine and enjoy it.
And in the Urban Adventures program, it's the same thing that, it starts off, kids are very shy as they're trying new things, but as the summer progresses, and with Urban Adventures, they're involved in making the snack themselves, and so they get more interested in taking chances with the food that they eat and more eager to take home recipes. And also, last summer, a Green Team alum worked on Urban Adventures and was one of the youth counselors. So there's lots of good things happening all over the place.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next presenter is the Greater Lawrence Community Voting Program, Youth Recreation and Education Project at Greater Lawrence Community Voting.
You've got 3 minutes.
10 minutes?
3 minutes.
I need the rest of the package. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to address the council tonight. and your dedication and funding to the Greater Lawrence Community Boating Program over the years that it has been open. Tonight I'd like to start. So my name is Jed Kaler, Executive Director of the Greater Lawrence Community Boating Program, and I'd like to start with a little story. If we can go to the first page of our little packet. I'm a very visual person, so to be able to show you what goes on at the boathouse is the main deal. So on the first page of the packet, that is our beautiful city with our children utilizing the river that goes right through the city. And over the years, that's been a very large question mark. What you need to do to have our kids out there is have the right equipment, train them, be safe, and have them supervised at all times. So this is our kids out on our river doing what you see in other communities that can afford to provide this for our children. In this case, we need to raise the funds to make sure these opportunities happen for our kids. If you go to the next page, you can see the amount of kids that come to the boathouse. This is a day. Each and every day, our average attendance right now for the 10-week summer program is 497 kids a day. That's the average Monday through Friday. If you go to the next page, all the groups and the kids that come down need to go through a safety protocol program. So this is an example of that program. So you see the canoe and the stand-up paddleboard. We also, out of the picture, have a sailboat back there. And we teach the children safety skills, why we wear a life jacket, what we do in an emergency, anything that they need to know while they're out on the water. Another way that we teach them is in their sailing classes. So the next one you're going to see on the dock with the boats, some of those are staff, and then the rest of the kids are going through their sailing program. If we switch to the next one, it's going to be a large group of older kids that are sitting there with their life jackets on. The reason I'm showing you this is not every child at the boathouse is either comfortable with going on the water or needs to be really introduced to going on the water. And our teens can be a little bit harder to reach than our, I would say, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds. So the way we reach our teens is through the CIT program. So if we switch to the next page, you're going to see kids sitting around a table and there's a CIT on their back. That is counselor in training. All the kids of the program 12 and up go through a counselor in training program if they would like. It's very popular. We have the kids at age 12 and 13 start to learn what it's like to be an employee, to have a job, to teach them responsibility, because that's the future of our organization, plus that's the future of our city. They're going to be running jobs sometime in the future. If we switch to the next page, here's an example of the kids that do CIT. So they went out to promote what we're all here to do, all the organizations and the city council, which is to run the summer program. Really? It was that quick. Can I say one last thing? If you go to the end of the packet, a lot of people will think that the boathouse is just about boating. The last 4 pages is the dance upstairs in the dance hall, the kids playing volleyball in the backyard, the kids' group activities in the backyard, and lastly, we believe very heavily in partnerships, and it's almost a lot of the people in the room. You'll see the YMCA of the Merrimack Valley comes to utilize the boathouse. It's not just them, it's, like I said, a lot of the organizations that came today. So thank you very much.
Do you have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Our next presenter is Lawrence Community Works ESOL classes.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you to all of you for sticking with us here until the very end. We appreciate it. Just to introduce myself real quick, my name is Lauren Klingler. I work in the Resource Development Department at Lawrence Community Works. So myself and my director, Jasmine, are the ones who prepared your application. But Leslie and Wanda will be conducting the rest of the presentation. To give you a quick overview of Lawrence Community Works, some of you may not be familiar with us. We have been in operation since 1986 in the North Common neighborhood as a community development corporation. We are conscious and intentional about weaving together community planning, organizing, and asset building efforts with high quality, affordable housing and commercial development projects with the ultimate goal of creating vibrant neighborhoods and empowered residents. So we focus our work in 4 key areas, asset building being one, and our ESOL programs fall under our asset building department. And Leslie is the assistant director, so she will finish the presentation, as well as Wanda.
I'm not used to a microphone.
That's kind of, that's good.
Good evening. Again, thank you for taking your time to hear our proposal. So I'm the Assistant Director of Asset Building, and under my workforce direction, we run ESOL programs. We've been running ESOL programs for 12 plus years, and we target adults low to moderate income, and it's open to anybody that wants to learn English regardless of their original language. Doesn't just have to be Spanish speaking, any language. We currently run 2 classes, one beginner, one basic, one intermediate class, and they're both full, and we have a waiting list. We're part of the Mayor's ESOL Task Force, where we also contribute to that citywide waiting list and work off that citywide waiting list. And I think the best way to hear about the program is from a student themselves. So I'm going to turn this over to Wanda Pina.
Hello.
Listen close to it.
Thank you. My name is Wanda Pina. I started basic ESOL classes back in fall 2017. This is my second semester. I have advanced for a SPL level of 1 to 5. The class have helped me to feel more confident talking to people and my job and my everyday life. Now I can help my daughter with her homework. The ESOL class that Lawrence Community Work offer are very important for Lawrence Community Work because it opens doors to people to grow in all directions at the same time and help the city to grow too. Thank you.
Thank you, Wanda.
Do we have any questions?
Yes, 12 weeks. Yep. She went from, go ahead.
1 to 5.
1 to 5, SPL level 1 to.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, our next presenter is Lawrence Community Works Movement City Youth Network.
Good evening. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us. I'm not going to talk long. My name is Jessica Filion. I am the director of Movement City. And any nuts and bolts questions you have, I'm happy to answer. But Eleanette Nunez, who is one of our members, and she's joining our staff this week as well, will talk to you about the heart of Movement City.
So what my experience in Movement City has been is I originally found them out because of an open mic they were having, and just seeing all the energy the instructors had with the members and just the community in general and how welcoming it was, I was drawn to join. So I did, and I brought my little brother with me, and usually he's not really comfortable in places, but instantly he was comfortable. He was joking around with the staff. He found a little place to be in the art room with me. And I feel Movement City is really vital just to our community in general and to us as growing children and like teens and adults, because they give us opportunities like this where we're able to like talk and like use our leadership skills, as well as providing emotional, academic, and creative support in the various zones that we have. So we have like singing, music production, dance, videography, like digital drawing, and then regular art. And the instructors there are just really supportive, and like if you ever feel like you can't do something, they're usually really supportive and like positive about it, and they're really uplifting. And having that like atmosphere when you're growing up is really important, obviously, because you want to feel like you're supported in whatever your dreams are and all this stuff. And I kind of sound scared right now, it's just because I'm really nervous. But I just really value my membership there, and the fact that they're giving me an opportunity to work there as well and be able to use all of the things that they've taught me as like a growing person, and be able to give back to all the new kids that are coming in, the kids that are there, is just really great. And yeah.
Any questions? Every month, first Friday of every
First
month, come
Fridays.
through.
The kids
7:30
host
to
it
10.
too.
Usually bring a team here. Yeah. I said, you teach these people that be politicians too, because they.
We teach them a little.
They teach us everything.
There we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and last but not least, we have the Lawrence Adult Learning Center Spanish High Set Program with ESOL.
Good evening. I know you guys are tired, so I will go through this as soon as I can. My name is Jocelyn Marte. I work for the Lawrence Adult Learning Center. We are part of the Lawrence Public Schools, and many of you are familiar with the work that we do. We also part of the Mayor's East Oak Task Force. We are very grateful to the City of Lawrence that through the CDBG grant, we were able to add a Spanish high set class in the evening. We happen to have the only Spanish high set program in the city, so we always full. We have classes in the morning, afternoon, and in the evening. This particular grant allowed us to add an additional class at night. So in the evening, we're able to serve about 40 students. We have a long wait list of people. Most of the people who want to come to the Spanish high set are evening. They want to come in the evening because they work during the day. And through this grant, we were able to assist not only in preparing for the 5 subject tests that they need to pass in order to get the credential, but they also receive ESOL instruction, because we understand that even though it's important to get their HiSET, without the English, right, they're not able to go on to college or get a better job or get into a training program. So the ESOL component is as important as the subject matter classes. And last year we had over 85 graduates from our program, and we're very glad that we're able to make that difference. And many of them go either into the workforce or into college or a training program, because they're able to get in once they got their high set. So it's really a vital program in the city, and I hope that you guys continue to support it. So do you have any questions for me? Nope. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Great, thank you, everybody. Great presentations tonight. So now the real work for this group will start. They will be meeting again on the 21st of February, and they have the difficult task of weeding through these 22 wonderful applications and divvying up a very small pot of money among them. So I don't envy them their job, and I really thank them for their willingness to serve. And it's time to go. Thanks. Good night, everybody.